Hi everybody, welcome back to the ProgAxia channel. I'm Andy Phillips, and today I think it's just a little bit of a rant. I'm not a rant, I'm not really into ranting, but where the hell is prog? Where the hell is it? You know, I do a radio station. I've got a radio station where I play prog. You can find that on, just go to Mixcloud, you'll see loads of shows that I've done on progressive rock. And you know, the best progressive rock of different years. I go all through the 70s. I've got, you know, a show that I'm just going to be putting out, which is all about the 80s in prog. But where is prog on mainstream radio? You know, as a genre, it's not there. It's missing. There's nothing there. You've got every single other music genre under the sun that you can get hold of. You know, whether it's classic rock, funk, jazz, classical music, you know, you name it. Every single genre under the sun is on radio 1, 2, 3, 6. You know, there's independent stations. You've got Planet Rock for classic rock and things like that. But there's nowhere that prog is on mainstream radio. That's my rant. That's the reason why I'm doing this video. And it shouldn't be like that. You know, if you think about the influence that prog's had on all different types of music. I mean, if you go into the 80s and even listen to, you know, pop music in the 80s, there is a lot of influence in there of prog. If you look at people who talk from, I don't know, punk, they'll cite that they were influenced by prog in the 70s. They wouldn't have done it at the time, but you listen to a lot of interviews with a lot of punk bands and punk artists and new wave, new romantics in the 80s. They're all influenced by progressive rock bands in the 70s. And the 70s was the real era for prog. Yes, it still continues to this day, and there's some fantastic prog bands out there. But where is it on the radio? I mean, literally, where is it on the radio? If you can point me to a mainstream radio station which you can get in your car that has prog music on it, exclusively, so people can listen to the genre of their choice, you won't find it anywhere. Why? And that's what I want to know. I want your comments. Why do you think prog is just not on there? Now let's go through some of these acts. You got Yes and Genesis and Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Van der Graaf Generator, King Crimson, loads of stuff like that. But you've also got the sort of progressive rock which is funk based or jazz based, classical based, all these different types of prog music. And it's all out there. You've got loads of prog bands that are going on today that are not getting aired whatsoever. You know, you go to some great gigs, you see a fantastic progressive rock band that are playing today. They won't get any radio play. Not one jot of it, not on mainstream radio. So where is it? I've tried to get onto Radio 6. I've contacted them. Not interested. Absolutely not interested. It's a dead genre, apparently. Even though there's some fantastic bands out there. So where is the prog today? And we know there's a market for it. Because just today, what came through my door was Prog magazine. This has been going for 15 years. 15 years. So we know there's a market for it. And there should be prog on the radio. And that's one of the reasons why I started my radio station. When I started doing that was probably about 4 years ago. I just decided I wanted to do the show and started putting it out there. So, and I've got lots of views on there. There's lots of people commenting on it and things like that. So, and just recently I did a whole range of shows all through the 70s, which is brilliant for me. And, you know, when you go through some of those shows, the amount of the brilliant prog bands that are out there that are just forgotten today, it just annoys me so much. But because this is coming through my door every single month, and I do read it. I read it quite extensively, like reading the letters and everything. I think it's a great magazine. But there's a market out there. We know there's a market out there, but there's nothing out there. So go and have a listen to my radio shows. They're on Mixcloud. Just search for ProgAxia and you'll find them. And let me know what you think. Do you think that this sort of music should be up and going on mainstream radio, even if it's just a show on a rock station? You know, there's loads of internet stations out there, but they don't get the don't get the kudos they deserve. There's not many people listening to those shows. It's really quite sad. But if you want to hear this sort of stuff, then let us know. If you think that prog should be on the radio, on mainstream radio in the UK, I don't know what it's like in the US, let me know if you're in the US watching this. But if you think that mainstream radio stations should have at least a prog show, let me know. And maybe I'll try and pursue it even further and try and get something up there. But go and have a listen to my shows on Mixcloud, because I'd like to know your opinion on whether those shows could be transferred to a mainstream radio format. So go and have a look at it, let me know, and I'll see you on the next video.
Don't forget to like this video and also to leave a comment and subscribe to the channel. It really does help us. We'll see you next time.